Hello, Sageville. How's everybody doing today? I thought I would do a video about Seesaw since that's become a very important piece of our digital learning. And I wanted to show you a couple of things about it. And also want to thank Miss Courtney Weidert, who's a teacher at Prescott. She's been one of the leaders in our district of Seesaw. And she also did a video tutorial, which I'm kind of basing this one on, but I'm doing it with a Sageville spin. So first of all, how to get to Seesaw? If you have an iPad or a tablet, you of course would go through the app. And if you're on on a laptop or computer, you can go to our student links from our Sageville website, which is sageville.dbqschools.org. Go over to the student links and then go right through Clever. And when students log into Clever, this is, of course, what they would use to log in for ST Math or Lexia. It's also a place where the students can get to their Seesaw Learning Journal right there, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and open up Seesaw, and I'm in one of our first grade classes, Mrs. Beal's class, and I wanted to clarify a few things. So once you're in the journal, once you're logged in with home learning, up in the corner is where your classes will show up. Now I actually have a few classes that I'm enrolled in. I have Sageville, and I also have a professional development one, which I've been using as well. But you may notice that your child has more than one class listed up there, and that's possible if they're enrolled in multiple classes. But you're most likely going to want to click on, your child's homeroom teacher's class. So we'll take a look at, first of all, the journal. You can scroll down and you can see, what's been posted recently. You would, of course, be only looking at your own child's work. Now, the activities tab over here is where teachers might have added an activity. If they've added an activity, it will be there. And what the child would do is read the directions for the activity and then attempt to do it if you want them to. Now, there may also be a play button, which might have directions, and you could be playing that and listening to that as well. And then when the student is ready to respond, they would click this green plus up here, which is add. And this is how they would add their response. Okay. Now, once you get into this screen, there are a variety of tools. Okay. This is where they can upload a photo. This is where they can submit a drawing, submit a video. This is where other files can be uploaded that might already be saved. This is a place to add notes, and then this is a place to add links. Normally, our students are going to be using these first four tools the most. So if we wanted to do, let's say, a drawing, if that was what was being asked, we would click on drawing. And let's take a look at some of the tools that are available for your child. So over here, we'll start on the left and we'll work our way down, and then we'll go over to the bottom. So up on the top left, you'll see this T button. That is for a text box. So this is where your child could add words, okay? And those text boxes can be moved anywhere on the screen. They can be increased in size or decreased just by clicking on the corner down there. And then if you ever see the three dots, that means there's usually more options available. So if I click that, you can see there's lots of choices here for changing the font. Let's see, we've also got some other options which, to delete. Some of these they're not really going to access so much. There's also some variations on the text box. So some of that's important and some of that isn't, but I just wanted to show you that that was an option. And of course, there's always this fun little twirl button to sort of spin the words so that they're not always perfectly straight. Now, this is a microphone, and this is where your child could record his or her voice. If that was part of the expectation, they could record their response there. This is where they can actually take a picture directly from their device if they're using a tablet or, say, a computer that maybe has a webcam built in. And again, if you see the three dots, that means there's more options. So if I click on that, you can see that there are some shapes they can add. Those kind of things are always fun. And there's also backgrounds they can choose from. So if they want the background to be a certain color, they can check on it like that. Okay. Now down at the bottom, we have some other important tools. This first tool with the little finger pointing is the one I showed you earlier, which is the Move tool. That's where anything on the screen can either be resized or moved somewhere on the screen. And then we've got a variety of pen tools. Okay, so this is a pencil. And notice the color choices are over here on the right. We have a marker, or excuse me, I guess that's a colored pencil. And it was the same color as the background, so I need to change the color. There we go. And then we've got some markers. There's a yellow highlighter. And this is kind of the magic pen. You can choose your color. And it has kind of a glow to it. And then this is your eraser. So they can always go in and erase anything that they've done. And of course, if it's an object that they've put in there, they can click back on the object, and then clicking the three little dots, there's your delete option. They can also duplicate. So if they wanted to add more, or if they wanted to delete, they can do it that way. So now, once they've completed their activity, they would click the green check mark up in the corner, and then it would save into their folder. Okay, and they would check it again to put it in their learning journal. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of there because this is just a practice. I do want to show the note option down here. So this is a place where students could type in some notes. And again, I'm just going to delete it, but they would click over here to put it into their journal. And then let's go back to this screen, and I want to point out the inbox. So if your classroom teacher has sent a notification or an announcement of some kind, it would show up here in the inbox. And this is kind of like an email, a private email between you and the teacher. You would be able to read that comment that the teacher has submitted. So I hope this was helpful as kind of a beginner video in using Seesaw. We'll do more of these as time passes, but hopefully this gives you a chance to get started with Seesaw. Thanks for watching.